Yo, yo. What's going on, guys? How are you?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm good, Bryn. How you doing, CyberC?
good. Happy to be here. I hope you hear me well, guys.
dude, I hear you well and didn't even know that you were not from the US. So nice little pleasant surprise, man. Where are you in from?
I'm from Poland,
Oh,
so
nice. All right.
quite a bit. Yeah,
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Well, excited to have you on and learn more about you and kind of what you have going on. But we got Sean here too. His camera's off because he's in the car. But Sean, I think we can hear you. You there, buddy?
Morning, everyone.
Morning, man. What's going on? We got your boy in, and I think we're gonna start to break it down a bit. But happy that you made this connection, got to know CyberC a bit, and we can kind of explore his journey, which I'm super stoked about. Oh, Sean, I don't know if you're there or not, my man. Whenever you're settled in, let me know, and I'll pull you up. Right on. Well, CyberC, what's going on, man? Met you through the on-chain community, on-chain monkey community, which has been awesome, right? It's one of the coolest communities I've ever been involved with, and we've had a great time. But tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're up to.
yeah. So basically, I have really exciting time right now, as you probably know, because I'm releasing Enigma right now, and everything is like totally crazy. But basically, about me. I am a programmer with something like 15 years of experience already. So this is my main job, as I can say. And also, as you probably know from few years already, I see myself as an artist because I'm creating generative art, and this is where my heart is. So yeah, really excited about this Web3 journey that I have right now. And what can I say more about myself? Yeah, I discovered generative art in 2021, so in the last bull market when everything exploded. I yeah, first was just collecting some generative art and thinking that it's something that I want to create and starting some of my own small projects that I never show anyone. And later on, I just started to create my art, and yeah, this is where I am now.
Well, I got a few questions for you. So up until 2021 and even through now, you said you're a programmer. Is that what part of the tech space are you in, or does that segue into the art at all, or is it separate?
uh, Yeah, so as you probably know, generative art is based on programming because this is the art that is created by code. So you are in fact creating algorithm which will create later art. So at least from my perspective, this is really connected somehow. So if you are experienced in programming, you can really go into the art. Uh, I have, in fact, also background. That was my study that I finished in game programming, so creating some 3D games and so on. So I have some experience in that field, and in fact. Uh, when I discovered that I can actually create art by code, and it's something really cool, because yeah, I should also tell you that I was creating art before but never think about it as something that will be really a way to life for me. It was rather a hobby. I was just painting like miniatures and so on, but not really on that level as a professional, as I can say. But now when I discovered that I can really code art, that was like yeah, like holy grail for in my journey. So yeah.
No, that makes sense. I mean, so going before 2021, you were sort of outside of the space, right? Kind of came in at that time, I think is what you're saying. What brought you in? What angle? People come in for different reasons. Some for the last NFT cycle, which was a ton of people. Some strictly because of crypto. Like, what was your entry point?
It can be funny, but my entry point was COVID, and the moment that I was bored and don't really know what I want to do in all this lockdown and so on, and I was just exploring web so deeply that I think that I finally realized that I first go into the crypto, started trading. Later on, I discover NFT. I discover smart contracts, how they are working. Started learning how I can, create some smart contracts on Ethereum. And later on, also I started trading some NFTs in 2021. I discovered GMDAO. I don't know if you know it, but that was in fact some kind of DAO that was really focused on generative art. I got there the token just by solving some riddle on Twitter, which was pretty fun. And they was really focused on generative art. And I joined the curation panel and started learning about generative art by going through all the submission that was going to the DAO and just seeing what other people's built, what is possible, and so on. And then after some time I realized maybe not after some time, so I already was trying to create myself generative art, and then I just focus fully on creating at some point, and just left the trading, the trading of coins, the trading of NFTs. I just collecting right now things that I love and put to my vault and forget about them. And basically that, I guess, because I just wanted, to remove distractions from my journey as an artist. Because if I was doing too many things at once, I cannot really focus on what I'm creating. So, yeah.
No, so it sounds like on the digital asset side, you came in like a lot of people, including myself, with ETH. ETH was the first big, NFT, blockchain, et cetera. But with what you're doing now, it seems like there's a segue into Bitcoin. And curious for you, why that's a better chain and why going through ordinals is something that you've decided to do.
This is in fact kind of easy question, because Bitcoin for generative art is just, at least from my perspective, much better technology. It's much more pure because as you probably know, on Ethereum, when you are creating generative art, it's in the smart contract, and from the collector's point of view, you're never really sure if it's fully on chain or not. And as I am a kind of technical person, for me it's really important to have it done properly from the code perspective. So it's important for me to have it on chain, to have all this provenance and stuff like that. And here on Bitcoin, it's really interesting because you are forced to use the best practice. On Ethereum, you can use good practice, you can use totally terrible practice, and it will still work. And here you are just forced, because ordinals are sandboxed, so you really cannot use some external dependencies. It's impossible to use some external point, that API, for example, that you take data from it, and at some point this API will die. It's impossible on Bitcoin. On Ethereum, it's possible. And it's really hard for Ethereum collectors to know if the work especially interactive one, like the one that I create, if it will really, in a few years will be working, because they basically need to analyze all the code to be sure of that.
So
yeah.
hey, on Bitcoin, so you write a code. I'm not a developer, but you write a code that reads the block data and how that's evolving, and that is shown visually in your art. Is that the basic way of explaining it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm using the data from the Bitcoin, but what is the difference? If I want to do something like this on Ethereum, it will be more risky because, for example, on Ethereum, you will just connect to the mempool website and I don't know, 10 other websites, take data from them and use that data in your artwork. But there will be a possibility that in, I don't know, 20 years, all this website will be down and the data will be no more available. But on Bitcoin, the difference is that I have only like 20 endpoints, but they are fully on chain because they are part of the Ordinal protocols. They are called recursive endpoints, and I can only use these things that are from the protocol. I cannot use anything from the outside of the protocol because then it will not work. It's enforced on ordinals. And if you look at it from the typical developer perspective, it's just like a pure function. So it's just it's clean. It's much cleaner in working with ordinals. So, and what is also for me important as a technical person is that I always see that art is code in generative art. The code is art, not the final image, but the code that is creating it. Because this code should be good, should be perfect, should this is the actual artwork there, and going with that, Ordinals is just better canvas to do it properly.
I'm curious, and obviously I want to slide into Enigma in a second and get into that. But at this point, do you think that what is the benefit? Maybe for art on Bitcoin specific or art in general, but is there a benefit at this point to Ethereum? Now, granted, I know that myself and you and we all like the using Bitcoin better, but is there any technical benefit at all to using ETH?
Yeah, sure. There are no boundaries like on Bitcoin, so you can do whatever you want. And I can imagine that there are projects that will use these things that are impossible on Bitcoin, and with some great artistic effect. But it's just it gives a bit more possibilities and freedom to the artist, but also with this freedom goes really big responsibility. And for me as an artist, probably using some of these things will be even easier. But in the long term, I think that from the collector's point of view, it will be much better to use Bitcoin, because here you can be sure that this work will survive whatever happen. It will be still there. And as I said, on Ethereum, you cannot be sure unless you analyze all the code behind it, which it's impossible basically.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And curious, in looking at what you're building and what you're launching, you're on Vivid, right? Which we saw yesterday as well. And curious why you chose that platform or that way of launching, because I see it more often now.
You mean why I choose Vivid?
Yes.
Honestly, I was working with the guys already with my previous collection, Deus Ex Machina. I really, it was really nice project, and we worked together quite well. Even have some friendships already with guys from the Vivid, and it was some obvious choice to somehow, work still with them. But it was really important for me to work with On-Chain Monkey, as you all know, because this is the community that is really pushing the boundaries of the art on Bitcoin. And I think that what On-Chain Monkey is doing right now is totally great. And that was also something really important to me, to connect these two communities that are close to me and work with both of them on my art.
Yeah, I mean their interface. I don't know what it is, but the presentation and interface I love. Right, it keeps things super organized and visually appealing, which is really cool. Especially, I think on your non PFP art, it's a better display. And I don't know what that's worth, but it definitely gets me to scroll around and check it out quite a bit more, which I think is super valuable. But it kind of sliding into Enigma a bit, what was the thought process leading into it, or what made you want to launch that collection in that style specifically?
Here I need to go a bit back to my previous collection so you understand the whole process. So my previous collection was Deus Ex Machina, and it was in fact art about the Bitcoin. My inspiration there was Bitcoin itself, because it's some steampunk machine with gears and so on, and it's like powered from Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, as you know, it's the oldest blockchain and so on. And I imagine it as some steampunk machine. And here I really wanted to continue the topic that I started there. So still create art about Bitcoin, but from the other point of view. And in fact, each element of Enigma, if you look into it, is about Bitcoin. I'm not sure if I can somehow share screen here.
Oh yeah, you can. Right down in the center there, you'll see it. I just shared, so I'll stop sharing mine, but you can throw yours up there.
1 second.
Yeah, this is my favorite part of your project, by the way, is the visual aspect of what's going on chain.
Yeah. So you see my screen right now?
No, let me see if there's a reason. You should be able to. I can't see it. Let me see if
it show for me. So maybe I will start once again. 1 second.
If you want, you can drop me the link in the comments too, and I can pull it up. Oh, sure. Do it one more time. I can allow it up. I'm sorry.
Okay. Unfortunately, it needs to be from because it's my local host with.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah. So here is Enigma. It's the live view from Enigma, and I just wanted to show you the specific part. Oh, you see the beams that going from everywhere? That means that just block was mined a second ago, by the way.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, each part of this image is in fact connected to the Bitcoin blockchain. You have the maze at the bottom, which is the metaphor of the puzzle that miners have to solve when they are in fact trying to mine a block. And the bikes, because whole aesthetic is inspired somehow by the Tron movie and retrofuturism style and so on. So I call these things that going through the maze bikes. And so the bikes are affected, in fact, by the Bitcoin blockchain and transaction. They are the transaction. So, for example, number of bikes is affected by the number of transactions in specific block. Number of size of these bikes are affected by the size of the transactions. Speed of the bikes are affected by fees. Windows in the city are affected by the difficulty, if it's rising or going down. So each part is somehow affected, and also not only on the chain level, but for example, you have here the sun with the maze around it, and maze around the sun is a metaphor of the Dyson sphere, so the mega structure that is built to harvest energy from the sun, because Bitcoin is, as you know, consuming a lot of energy. So yeah, I can say that each part here is connected somehow to the story I trying to tell. And what is also really important for me is that you can actually try to onboard people to art on the Bitcoin through my art, because it's great to showing how it's working and explain that this is in fact the art that cannot exist outside of the Bitcoin. Just look, if I double click, I have this panel, and if I go to some specific block, because I also put the possibility to time travel, and time travel is traveling through the Bitcoin time, so through the blocks. So for example, if we go for the block number 1, you see all the transaction disappear, and there is just one transaction that is going through the maze really slowly with the short trail and so on, because that was how the first block looked. If we, for example, go to, I have few blocks that I like to showcase this, to the block, for example, where runestone was mined. It was a specific block because there was one transaction, but it was really huge, like 4 megabytes. And if we go there, you can see that there will be with one transaction going really fast with a long trade to the maze. And for example, if you go to the block a bit later, so the halving block, then you will see that there is a lot of transaction that going crazy fast and so on. So you can really travel to this time and show people why this art is on Bitcoin, that it's not, because I'm looking for liquidity on Bitcoin, that I don't know, just creating my art because I know that some collectors are on Bitcoin. No, this art is about Bitcoin, and it cannot exist anywhere outside of the Bitcoin. And that was somehow a goal. And it's, speaking story about the Bitcoin, how it works. And basically
Bro, this is so cool. Like, so cool. The explanation helped immeasurably. That is wild. So you can go back to any point in time, right? And see the activity. And then I know you said this, but I just want to clarify, so is this essentially operating in real time to an extent as well?
Yeah, of course. You have two options here. You can go to specific block or to the live data. And if you go to live data, it's just the current block. Current block looks like this.
Dude, that is so cool. Sorry, I don't have a more sophisticated way of stating that. I didn't know any of that. I mean, I knew some. I didn't. That is really, really, really awesome. And I mean, I'm just speaking for. It's even cool to have. It's almost functional. If you had it on a screen in your office, which we talk about quite a bit, like it's telling you a story in real time. That's beautiful. I think profound and awesome. That is really cool stuff, man. That's genius. I love it.
You could get used to just watching the live, how it's reacting to the data on the blockchain live, and get used to seeing what's going on with the data, how congested or how fast or how many transactions are going through. Is this so? Do you think that this gets more like lit up and more action happening in this visualization during like the halving, or is there kind of like a way you would see like near the top of a bull run? How what do you see it acting like or
You mean
looking like?
how it
Would you,
yeah, on halving, as I said, it was yeah, maybe we'll go again to the halving. 1 second. It's that one. Bang bang.
Oh yeah.
You see the difference.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
Wow.
much more action during the halving, of course, where you can go to a few blocks later when the runes actually goes live, and it's also interesting, and so on. So you can really go to these interesting points and see how it affects. And what I also find really important is if you show someone who is not into yet art on the Bitcoin and explain using this art, he is understand it, because it's the visual that will just be quite easy to understand to someone who is not so aware how all this transaction is working, and so on and so on.
Dude, I'm sorry, Matt.
So-
Yeah, I'm just thinking like when I coming into the space when I did, I'm a very visual person and in general with learning, right? If I see it, it's locked in. This would have closed my learning curve dramatically. As simple as that sounds, it comes together so much, dude. I love this. Sorry, Matt.
No, it's I said this is one of my favorite collections or projects. And I said, it has it all because he's using. Well, I'm not sure if you've done it. If you're the first one to ever do it, I'm sure you are in this way. It's definitely the one that made it visible this way. But how, like you were saying, that with the Bitcoin maxis and not really being in the ordinal ecosystem, for those people that care about how either congested the network is or how long it's going to take to or whatever the hash rate that's needing to be done, or for the miners, they would actually be interested in this collection just to have it as just like a side piece of information that they could look at and kind of just quickly glance.
Yeah, exactly.
A determination.
That was in fact one of my inspiration, that I really imagine some person who is, I don't know, trader or miner or whoever, Bitcoiner, who have digital screen in his office with my art, and he always know what is happening on the block through the art, not through, boring charts. It's just a cooler way.
Super cool. I could see even almost every founder of a collection before they launch their mint having one of these and kind of just like, okay, our mint day is here. It's looking like this, and then coming up to mint day, how congested or how long is it going to take for people that like press the mint button and then actually receive their ordinal and all that, so they could judge a lot off just looking at this.
Dude, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm saying. Sorry. Go ahead. You go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, just wanted to add one thing, because you said if it's the first art which used that. In fact, not, but the first art that used that was my previous collection, Deus Ex Machina. It was the first artwork that used recursive endpoints, and it was also connected to the Bitcoin blockchain, and also there was the same main topic, because if we go for a moment, 1 second, I'm not sure if you... I need to share again screen. 1 second.
Sure. When you're done with that, I kind of have a technical question for you that I
go on.
May sound newbie, but let's see. So you have something that's reading this data, right? It's a protocol, or like and is it a side protocol that's not on the actual chain, or does that live on the chain and it's not dependent on that protocol staying up.
Okay, so this answer is, as I said a bit before, this is the strength of ordinals, because we have these recursive endpoints in the protocol. So all the data that I'm using is fully on chain. It's taken from the ordinal protocol. So it's yeah, that was the problem with Ethereum, that you need to use some external endpoints and then they can go down. And here I'm using just ordinals, so it's impossible to go down unless the whole protocol go down. But yeah, we know that ordinals will no go down, so we
So
are on the safe side.
So that's the data you're reading from, right? That's the data you're receiving is all on chain. Is what's reading that data to make this visualization also all on chain?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I get totally the question right now. If not, then correct me. But yeah, all the data is totally on-chain. If you go, for example, to the ordinals.com and go to the documentation and go to recursive endpoints, you will see that there are like 15 endpoints right now that you can take the data from. And I'm just using this endpoints that are somehow possible to use through the ordinals protocol. So all this data is taken from that, so it's fully on-chain data taken from the ordinals itself.
Yeah, the on-chain, the data that's being used is on-chain. I'm just wondering if there's a second piece that needs to read that to make this visualization on the collection. I have not, I'm not exactly.
I'm just not sure
works,
if I get the question, honestly.
Well, something's reading it, right? Reading that data.
My code, because generative art, as you know, is code. So in fact, the image that you see, for example, right now from my previous collection, Deus Ex Machina, it's fully code. It's a JavaScript application, which is connecting to these endpoints through Ordinal protocol and showing in this way. Because, for example, that one is also reading data from the chain. And just a short explanation. You see the gears are moving, and then when block is mined, they are stopping, and the steam is going out. And after that, they're going faster until next block is mined. And then they are again stopping, and again steam is released from the pipes. And it's just showing the pulse of the blockchain in a bit maybe simpler way, because it's showing just, when the block is mined and what time before was last block mined. But it's showing like the pulse of the blockchain itself through these gears and machines. And I'm here just taking, I will show you maybe even in a bit technical way.
Yeah, no, I'm not,
I cannot.
I'm just kind of wondering if the your code that you've built is actually always going to be able to run reading those endpoints, and will, like, nothing could shut it off. Like there's no other hosted server.
There is nothing between.
Okay.
It's just my code, which is inscribed on ordinals, and it's using ordinals endpoints. So there is nothing between the ordinals and my code here. So it's fully on chain.
So everything's on chain in that. So in that sense, everything's on chain. These things are always going to give you this visualization
the block
as long
as
the block is being mined. That's awesome. That's like, there's just so much more that this network or the ordinals have been able to do that just is fascinating. It's really kind of taken a lot of previous arguments that other NFT creators had on other chains away. I mean, that is awesome. That is super cool.
Yeah. Hey, Cyber C, I hate to do this. So you pulled up the Enigma. Could you pull up another Enigma? I just want to see. I saw the purple one. I think that you just pulled up. Are you able to show another one?
Yeah, sure. I will just stop sharing and we'll go to the Enigma.
While you're doing that, so the question I had was, okay, so let's say, yeah, dude, come on, it's beyond cool.
I know it is.
This is just so cool. There's no other way to put it. I love it. So let's say somebody has, and this might be a super simple question too, but let's say whether it's Enigma, the new collection, right? And I have one.
Yeah.
Do I need anything to view it a certain way? Do I need, like, where can I view the real-time activity?
You just go to the inscription because when you have Magic Eden, you have this possibility to go to the inscription that is on chain. So you need to click the link button. I can show you, but maybe in a second, because first, just to not switch the screen again.
Yeah. Because Xverse viewfinder, like Ordinal viewfinder, or where you're able to do it, sometimes doesn't work, right? And then, but on Magic Eden, it usually always works.
Yeah, exactly. You just click this link button on Magic Eden, or there is right now this additional button near the artwork. They done it a bit better, like, I don't know, a week ago, that you can go to the on-chain version of art and you just click it and go to the animated version that is actually running live right now.
Got it. And so the leap from, not leap, but you know what I mean, the transition from the previous with Machina to this, does this have more integrated like details, meaning it's showing more activity? Is that, or is it just a different way of displaying it?
In fact, here you are showing a bit more things, because in Machina you only have, a time between the blocks, and they were affecting the speed of the gears and this steam that is released when the block is mined. And here you can see a lot more things, like number of transactions, size of transactions, how fees are high, and so on and so on. So a lot of more things, or difficulty, for example, which is also really cool trait to observe, because as you probably know, difficulty is a trait that is checking if the miners have if difficulty is going down, then it means that miners are turning off some of their mining machines because hash rate is going down. And if it's going up, then they are enabling new ones, turning on new ones. So it shows somehow the sentiment. And it's reflected by the color of the windows in the city. So, for example, if the windows are red, then we know that the miners are closing some operation. I'm just generating some random image from my algorithm, so even I don't know what we'll show in a second.
So how much Adderall is required to get this done? I feel like the focus, man, the focus is unreal, dude. That's wild. And so when people are getting these, the simple comp is like, okay, let's say a traditional NFT or ordinal PFP project happens, right? You people want rare traits or whatever. Is there anything that's rare in the collection, or is it kind of in the eye of the beholder in terms of which one people would want?
I not even started the rare part, because it's also really, really cool and interesting and done in a bit different way. Because I'm not sure if you know, but Enigma is in fact you can connect during the pre-sale that is going right now Enigma to Deus Ex Machina, to On-Chain Monkey, or to the bitmap. And this connection is a really cool mechanism because it gives you first additional building, which will be probably rare. For example, this tower is added because it's the piece. It's my test system, so I can enforce something, but it will be added if you build it on Deus Ex Machina. But the cool part here will be, I will show you, 1 second. Yeah, that it's, you see this powered by inscription and inscription number. It means that it's connected to the specific inscription on this number, and if they are held together in the same wallet, then you can turn on connected mode, and then some glitches appears, some colors are adjusted, and so on. And you can only do it when you have this piece that you built Enigma on in the same wallet with the Enigma. Other way, it will just you have a message that you cannot do it because you are not in the same wallet with this specific inscription. And what is cool in this the mechanic? The cool part is that actually I am giving here some new thing to the existing piece. So, for example, you have a rare On-Chain Monkey, Gold 4 or something like this, or Naked one, whatever. And now this On-Chain Monkey, this specific one, can open specific Enigma and give it additional things. It's a recursive connection between these two pieces. I already talked with Danny like a few days ago about it, and probably, in fact, you will even get a new trait for the monkeys that will be connected to Enigma, that they are connected. So it will be, in fact, increasing rarity of the piece that will be the key to the Enigma, because the simplest explanation here is that Enigma is a lock, and during the pre-sale you are choosing the key which will open it. And this specific ordinal, On-Chain Monkey, bitmap, or Deus Ex Machina will be the key for your Enigma, so it gains some new possibilities.
Okay, so from the user's perspective, or the experience of the user minting an Enigma from a wallet that has, let's say, a naked monkey, that minting process will mint it on the same Satoshi as that monkey. No, okay, no. But okay, so then we just need to make sure that that monkey is in the same address that we're minting this with.
Yeah, if it is in the same address, then you gain this additional mode that you see, this power by inscription. If it's not in the same, then you will get something like 1 second, I will show you so you understand it correctly on the next piece. Yeah, you see, you need to keep your Enigma in the same wallet as inscription to connect. So in fact you are gaining the building anyway, but you just losing, if they are in the different wallets, the possibility to turn on this extra mode. But in fact, for the On-Chain Monkey that you use during the minting process, it's anyway a win, because we don't know what will happen in 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years. Maybe Enigma will be very valuable, and someone will want to, open it to have a full experience, and will really want to get this On-Chain Monkey together with Enigma. It will, make people to want to trade it as assets, not as separates, because they will be just a bit more valuable together than in a separate way. And what is also really cool here, is that in fact I'm activating 3 communities, not only on-chain monkey, but also my holders from Deus Ex Machina and also holders of the bitmaps. And they will be talking with each other, and all this collection gain a bit of exposition to other collection through the Enigma, through this seeking of some connections and so on. So at least for me, when people start talking about collections, when they start thinking about selling maybe it as a set, as a OTC, not just dumping on the Magic Eden, then it's treated more like a real art. And this is in fact I think the goal of each artist, to his art to be treated like an art actually. So yeah, that was important for me.
Yeah, that's so cool. I want to get one of these just to put on a TV in my office and leave it up.
Oh, I'm getting one for sure.
Dude, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm looking over my computer and know where I would put it. So getting into the mint a bit, right? The details around that, kind of where you are and how people that want to get one of these can do it.
Simplest way is get Deus Ex Machina, because right now we are during the pre-sale phase for holders of Deus Ex Machina, and it's the guaranteed phase. So you just if you get right now Deus Ex Machina, you can just participate in pre-sale of Enigma, and it's fully guaranteed. On Monday, 24th of March at 6 p.m. CET, we are starting pre-sale for the on-chain monkey community. So if you hold Genesis Monkey or Dimension, you are invited to mint on the Vivid website. And but as you know, there is 10k of on-chain monkey, 300 of Dimensions. We also invite in this phase some bitmaps. And looking how it's going mint right now for the Deus Ex Machina holders, there will be something like maybe 550 pieces for all these people. So it will be over allocated. And but yeah, it's still the best way, to connect your monkey to the Enigma is on the Monday. If you want to be sure and want to have it connected to Deus Ex Machina, my previous collection, which of course is important for me and for my personal ecosystem, because I will be using this Deus Ex Machina and Enigma sets somewhere in the future. Then you need Deus Ex Machina, and you need to do it in the next 3 days. And after that, the phase for the on-chain monkey starts. In Deus Ex Machina, you can have maximally 400 mints. We are right now somewhere like 220, 230. So already after the half. And just understand that it's fully guaranteed. So each Deus Ex Machina holder have one spot. So it's kind of normal that not everyone is active after a year or after the mint. But so I'm really happy that already more than half of holders or half of Deus Ex Machina was used to connect to Enigma. And on-chain monkey starts on Monday. Mint price is, I guess, kind of affordable, as it's 0.0015. So it's like $120 or something like this, depending on the Bitcoin price, but something like this. And you can, of course, mint as many spots as many you have on-chain monkey on the Monday. So if you have 5 on-chain monkey, you can mint 5 Enigmas. And also we will have on 3rd of April first come first serve phase of Magic Eden, for which we have reserved 200 spots to have all this community collabs and so on. So basically, I guess that's all the details. If you have any question, I'm open.
No, I don't have any questions except for, so in my case, you're saying Monday you can use your on-chain monkey, and if you get in on Monday, it's a guaranteed spot. Is that what you're saying?
No, on Monday it's not guaranteed because there is like 10K OCM and only 500 Enigmas.
I'm sorry. What I meant was this. No, I know that it can run out through there. I mean, as long as you're in the correct order and you're whatever, then you're safe on Monday, or no?
If you're in quick, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so
10,000 monkeys and there's only 500 spots left. So
yep.
Yeah, go on Vivid. Go onto the Mint site. It guides you through it. There's the first pre-sale spot, and then the second one, which if you've gone monkey, so right when that starts is probably when you're gonna want to start clicking
I can
buttons.
show you even now. 1 second. Yeah, so here is the Mint site. It's vivid.gallery/enigma. And as you can see, we are in the first phase right now. VIP phase for On-Chain Monkey, Deus Ex Machina, and selected bitmap collectors will open on 24th of March. It will be going to 31 of March, or until the spots are filled. And the interface of mintings look like this, that you have just here all your holdings and you choose by ticking and click continue, and then it will guide you to your Xverse wallet and you can mint using it. Also, which is maybe a bit important for some of you, it's possible to create some ticket on the Vivid Discord if you want to, if you are afraid to connect some, I don't know, wallet, vault with your really valuable grails and just do this pre-sale on the, using the pre-sale ticket. So it's also somehow possibility if you are afraid to connect to, Vivid website. But I can say that it's safe. So
yeah. What's the connection to just because I might have missed this? I understand your Machina collection makes sense, or connects in obviously on-chain monkey. Bitmap, is that another? What's the correlation there? Is that something you're?
Yeah, Bitmaps is in fact a community that is really decentralized, and it's somehow important to me because they are really living this decentralized and cypherpunk spirit. And as my Enigma collection is all around cypherpunk, I wanted to include this bitmap. Also, it's all about the blocks, and as you know, bitmap is some kind of metaverse around the Bitcoin blocks and so on. So it was just another metaphor that connected in my mind. And also I can tell you that some really important monkeys and bitmaps will be connected to the Enigma. I already know that bitmap number 9 will be connected to Enigma. And then also said that he will connect his own on-chain monkey to Enigma. So yeah, there will be a lot of grails connected with Enigma.
Dude, that's awesome. I love it, man. I don't know, Sean, you came in a little late. I don't know if you have any other questions, but this is one of the coolest things I've seen. And Monday morning, I will be frantically trying to make sure I'm in the top percentage of the on-chain monkey community. And I don't know if I've ever been nervous to not get an ordinal. This will be the most nervous I am to not get something. So, dude, so cool.
Wallowing for sure. It's one of my favorite. I mean, it's probably my favorite, just because it's used everything that's been discovered, or I mean, he may be trailblazing this, this path. And it kind of is different. So, yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I gotta get one. Figure it out. I might have to go buy a machine. I want it on my TV in my office at all times.
Yeah, what is the best way to display this type of work, right? I mean, is there, and this is like a hardware question, I guess, more than anything, but is there a way that you recommend?
Yeah, in fact, it's not so easy as you can think, because most of, you cannot just use TV to display it, because it's usually you need too good hardware to be run to just run it on any TV. I usually recommend just getting something like a Mac Mini or some really microcomputer and connect it to the TV screen, so it has some real graphic card, real hardware to run it correctly. Because I even try once on, for example, running on Raspberry Pi, and it was a bit too weak to really have it in the right resolution that it was satisfying to me. So I guess something like Mac Mini, or even something worse, but let it be some kind of computer behind it, because you need this connection to the blockchain, you need this real-time animation and so on.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. And yeah, dude, it's beautiful stuff. And, I give guys like, and really any of the really the not, I love art on Bitcoin as a whole, right? But if you separate kind of the PFP side and then artists like yourself and some that we've had on here, it's incredible to see the demand that you have, because it's difficult, right, to rally a community around or one-of-one pieces or non-PFPs. And that's tough, man, and a lot of people aren't able to crack that code. Obviously, I think the other work that you've done has built up that demand, but it's incredible to see. That's an uphill battle, and it's wild to see someone crushing it like this. This is really cool.
Yeah, in fact, my Deus Ex Machina, as I said, have a kind of really strong community. As you can see, there is 400 only Deus Ex Machinas, and 227 already use their pre-sale spots. So yeah, it's kind of good, in this market, that they are not left, they are still here. Yeah, I'm really happy, and probably we will push it even higher during the weekend.
Dude, don't be happy. Be proud, man. That's a statement, dude. That's really awesome.
You can let me find out if you don't want to kind of like reveal. But is there a set mint price?
Yeah, mint price, as I said, is 0.0015.
Is that the same mint price you did with Machina?
No, Deus Ex Machina was 0.01, so it was like almost, I don't know, 6 times higher.
Well, Bitcoin's come down a little bit, so dollar-wise, was it about the same?
In fact, it was about, I don't know, Deus Ex Machina was like $600 probably during the minting. Here we are around 150 or 120, in fact. So, but the Deus Ex Machina was only 400. Here we have 1K collection. And
yeah, makes sense. I think that, something with the type of work that went involved, the type of value you're getting, I have no qualms with paying, to be able to mint something. I think.
Yeah, dude. I think the price point's super approachable. I think to a wide audience. I mean, that's I think just beautiful work all around, man.
Yeah, I think you're just gonna wish you did more of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're going to mint out.
In fact, that was also my goal to, expand my community, because Deus Ex Machina was, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago around 0.02 Bitcoin. Right now it goes a bit down because some whale dumped a lot to mint these wizards. And but anyway, it was not really 0.02 is not really easy price for some people. And here I wanted to just expand community to find new collectors and give them some good art in affordable price. So that was also some kind of my goal. And also this is the reason that the drop is a bit bigger, like 2.5 bigger.
I feel like if it's priced some people out, I think that's just going to happen anyway. But as you said, is that one person sold a bunch to mint wizards or whatever?
Yeah.
That's a second opportunity for people to get in.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, selfishly, I like that. I don't know. It sounds good to me in the moment. But dude, amazing talk, man. And I love. I didn't expect it to go in this direction. This is kind of mind blowing. And wish you the best, but I don't think you need that. But would love to have you on again sometime, maybe after mint, and kind of recap it, because dude, this is unreal. This is really special stuff.
No, super cool.
I really love to join.
Yeah, it's super cool project. I love it. So.
Beautiful, man. Well, I appreciate you coming in, Sean. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to go over, but dude, Monday I'll be up ready for it, and making sure my ass is in there before the rest of those monkeys. And yeah, man, let's keep in contact through it, and let's do this again sometime.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Happy to join, guys.
Amen. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. We're back on Monday, and we'll be live on Monday while you're doing this, so I'm sure we'll cover it, and look forward to seeing you guys again.
Yeah.
Right on.